not the idea of love, but you love the idea of being in a relationship, being in love with somebody, but not just fantasizing about that. And then you're constantly not given what you wanted and what you're offering. There will come a point where you'll go through depression, you'll go through heartbreaks, you'll go through cheating. There will be this one guy, one girl who'll break your heart. You'll not want to date again. And if you're in a place right now where you've been through heartbreak, where you gave your heart away to somebody who never returned it, and that can be a good person, a bad person, it's about you, not about them. And now you're in a place where you realize I actually love, and I still love the same, because I'm an old school lover. I believe in old school values, and the world does not. I know some of us are in a place today where we are not bitter, we're not jaded, we're just okay with being one with the understanding that we are too raw, we are too real for people in this day and age who do not really want to go the old school way when it comes to dating. Because now there's so many roles about gender roles, what a guy should do, what a girl should do. And after the Me Too moment, I know how guys want girls to approach them because some are too scared and some are just sissy. And women don't mind chasing the guy, being aggressive and just spreading their legs and just being easy. And there's no essence in a woman being a woman and a man being a man. And I've just realized I'm probably in the wrong era, and I probably will never have a man in my life anymore because I just don't fit in. And I'm done trying. And I know, like me, many of you who actually resonate with me think that way. And you're okay if you find a man or a woman, whoever you're into, as a male or a female, when you find a counterpart, you give your all and you know who to look for now. Because you've been ill-treated, because you've been jaded, because you've been heartbroken, because you've not received anything. And honestly, I think most of my life and your life, we were in a place where we were pushovers, so we were a part of unrequited love, or where we were options for many, because if not you, then somebody else. Unfortunately, even if we didn't want to be in that dynamic, we were put in that dynamic because we were with somebody who had options and who has FOMO, and that's a them problem. But we are a group of people who want to be in love, and I'm at least somebody who chased love, who's desperate for being in love, at least energy wise. I never showed desperation to no fucking body, but I can tell you I was desperate energy wise, and somewhere I had very high expectations of what I wanted in the relationship. So I was always deemed to be too difficult, or she wants too much. And then people played along in the beginning, and then the real colors came out. And at the end of the day, I was always cheated on or left for another woman who's telling him, oh, you should leave her, look at me, either for a best friend or whatever the fuck. At the end of the day, I'm not even going to make this video about people who've left me. It's more about this idea of love that we want to be in and share with somebody else in a very selfless and a pure way is 10% of us. And us 10%, if I'm feeling this way, I know you are too, if you resonate with me, that you just do you do your own thing, and you're mostly indoors and you're not out there like you once were. And you're also not somebody who will go under somebody to get over somebody, because many a times people will come to you, oh my God, why do you not feel like dating? Oh my God, how are you celibate? Why do you not have the urges? They just don't fucking understand the fact that you are outside of the lust bit. You were never in lust with this person. You were always in love with this person. And it didn't work out. And after that, you decided not to date anybody else because you're not somebody who likes to be touched by anybody and everybody. Man or a woman, you are. So it's not about having high standards. It's just standards. It's regular standards. So therefore, you and I feel like outcasts, because regular standards like wanting commitment, wanting communication, wanting vulnerability, wanting honesty, wanting somebody to manage our emotions first, is at the bottom of the barrel now, because everybody now is about shosha. And what I mean by shosha is, as long as you throw money at her, oh, she'll suck your dick. As long as she makes you feel like a man, however that it may be, she can do whatever you want and you'll take her back, as long as she's got good ass and good tits. I mean, I just don't understand. Everything is so on face value, given this generation, or the experience that at least I've had, that I really value originality, real people, and I just don't find them. And when you're too real, you become fake because you live in a fake world. So they think that, oh, that bitch is just fake, that dude is just fake because they're acting all brand new. But it's not that. It's like, we are not about the world. We are not interested. And honestly, if I ever have a man again, I'd honestly just be with him and we'll do what we do. I don't give a fuck. And my people, I don't really give a fuck about the world. I've always been that way, but I've always found people who've always been about the world. These people, these men have always been about his family, his friends, the world, and how they look on the outside. So even if we connected, after a while I realized, oh, actually we don't fucking connect because our priorities are so different. And this person doesn't like me for me at all. Because I'm just a page in the book, not in a fucking chapter. And I was writing a book on this person. So one of many relationships that you've had, you don't give a fuck about no fucking man, no fucking woman that you've been with, except for this one person that you've been with. And that's what I'm talking about. Because when a significant relationship doesn't work out in your life, you're not the one to go back to your exes and your options and start that cycle again, because you've been through that. I'm talking to those people who've been through everything. I'm talking to people who are in a place where you're not interested in wasting your time. And especially you're not interested in wasting your energy. And if you're in a place in life where you are like, I'm not okay with certain kind of treatments towards me anymore, because you love yourself so much, in all honesty. And you can be dressed in rags, but you still have high level of self-respect. And no money can fucking buy that. And only bitches understood that, men or women. Now you're in a place where you're okay of having the possibility of wanting to spend this life alone, or having to spend this life alone, even if you want to be with somebody, because it doesn't hurt you as much. It doesn't cause anxiety as much, because at the end of the day, you put yourself out there and it didn't work out. And if it has to work out, it'll work out, but you don't force it anymore. And nor are you jaded. You don't hate a man, a woman, or anybody who belongs to a certain gender just because people from that gender romantically have hurt you. And like I said, in my personal case, I must have had situationship, but only one relationship mattered to me. So even in your case, there would be one or two that's mattered to you, and there'll be many dogs from your past or from your past be barking over you. Oh, I was with her, I was with them. You didn't give a fuck about them. They didn't mean nothing to you, but somebody meant something to you, and that didn't work out. So that's when you decided to make life-changing decisions, including celibacy in my case. So at the end of the fucking day, people want to talk, people want to judge, let them. If you're in a journey where you're okay with being called as jaded, fuck it, because people who are jaded, they project on people who are secure. So if somebody who's jaded is running their mouth today about your life choices and who you choose in love, and if they are constantly about who is she dating, I wonder what she's doing with her ex, are they getting back, is she getting back with the same guy, is he getting back to the same girl, is he dating somebody else, let me go and break that home, because these are those broken men and women, 90% of the world, who are home wreckers. And who are home wreckers? Home wreckers is merely any guy, any girl, any best friend, any bitch of a man, any bitch of a woman, any family member who comes between lovers with an intention of breaking them apart to steal the man and the woman for themselves in whatever capacity. Home wreckers are people who just can't stand happy, loving people, and unfortunately most times it's romantically, because a broken man, a broken woman, disgusting, they feel that when they break a union and when they're able to steal a man from another woman or another man is when they feel good about themselves. And that's how fucking broken these bitches are, these dudes are. I've been victim of it. So hoping that they can be me, fuck you bitch. And it's not just women, even men act like bitches in their dirty feminine energy. And they do this to their own homies, try to steal their fucking girl, or make a girl a target to attack their own friend. So men and women like this, and the worst is when a man is in competition with a fucking woman, yuck. And when a woman is in competition with a fucking man, yuck. So at the end of the day, when you and I, who genuinely love, and when you love, you're in love. When you're playing around, you're playing around and you're calling the shots. and you tell them from the get-go, hey, this is just for one night, off otherwise. These are the same men and women who run their mouth because they didn't get the same treatment from you that this man and this woman is getting. You don't give a fuck about them. So for me, like, it's so annoying when people force themselves on me because I don't like you that way. I like who the fuck I like. So honestly, people should really know where they stand in someone's life, and people should really have some social cues of what they share with some people. So know your place. And if you and I are people who are very picky with who we really get close to emotionally, and the person knows how deep it was with him or with her. So everybody knows a distinct factor between someone that you're in lust with, someone that you think you're in love with, and someone you're actually in love with. And if you've never been in love, you can't relate then, sorry. But some of us who've been in love and who don't really give a shit about everything that people put value in, and when it comes to proving by actions, when it comes to doing those simple little things which needs their time and their vulnerability, what do? They get into their toxic masculine, toxic feminine version. But if this was a man, a woman who's equally in love with you and is seeing a future to settle down with you, marry you, have kids with you, and some of you don't want to get married, still be committed with you, they will reciprocate the same energy. As soon as somebody says, I'll do this for you, as soon as you give somebody another chance, reconcile, or new love, whatever the fuck, they will make sure that this time they right their wrongs. And you will make sure that while you are righting your wrongs always, they meet you in the middle. Because you both have the same intensity, passion for each other. Why? Because somebody who's serious about you and wants a long-term relationship till the end of time, so to say, that is love. We don't have FOMO. Some people must have just jerked out of their seat hearing this. Because, oh my God, how am I going to be with this one person? Get off the video, please. So yeah, for some of us, there will be a person who takes another chance with you as their last chance, and every day with you as a last chance to make you feel like they are yours. And that means honesty, truthfulness, realness, vulnerability in every form. But respect and love is always there. And somebody who's just in lust with you, just wants to tell you and show you, avenge you, 90% of the karmic world, they take every chance with you as one of many chances that they're going to get in and out. So when you sit back and you realize that this is what has happened in your relationship, and whatever has happened in your relationship, you are not jaded, you're very open to dating and being in love again. But now it's not going to be any Tom, Dick, Harry, and now you know the next person is going to be the it person. So yes, you may be very difficult to date, whatever, because your expectations are high when it comes to emotions and vulnerability and all of that. So yes, actually, you want simple things, which makes you very difficult to date because we are in the wrong generation, because we feel like an outcast, because in this generation, everybody likes it easy, lusty, sexy, seduction, that's it. Nobody cares about honesty, truthfulness, a companion, a partner, a lover. They all want a homie, lover, friend and act like Bonnie and Clyde. They all want to say a homie, lover, friend, but when it comes to that, it's all on face value. And some of us are in a place where we are not looking for new love because we know where our heart lies. And if it's not ready to move on yet, it's not ready to move on yet. But at the end of the day, you want a person to come correct or don't come fucking at all. Because you're not drooling, waiting or anything. You're just going with life. You're just in the flow. And you're fine with it. And yes, it hurts you sometimes. Yes, you're sad that it didn't work out. And yes, you don't know if you'll fall in love again with anybody. And you're cool with it. Because you're putting your life back in place anyways. And you've accepted what it is. So when people come and tell you, oh my God, you should date again. You should see people. If you don't feel like it, you fucking don't feel like it. And you're ready to face the truth as to how you feel about a certain person situation. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not in it, you're not in it, but you're okay. Why? Because I'm of the belief as long as something is my decision, as long as it is your decision, at the end of the day, if you're going to bed thinking, I'm doing right, what is good for my heart, not my mind, my heart and my soul and my spirit. And that's spiritual people. So you people who laugh at us. But at the end of the day, is your heart right? And if your heart feels good and right about a certain decision, whatever that is, don't give a f what people around you are saying. Stop giving up on your blessings because people are having a say about it. 99% of the world is jealous of you. Please, let's just be cool. And if it's something's to be, will be. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. And it'll be what it'll be. And life goes on. And as long as we have God on our side, and when we have self-love, we'll attract the energy that we are in because God said so. Because when you're naturally connected, you know. Either you've already met them or you will meet them in future. You know. And I'm talking to people who have a relationship with God, with a higher power, with the universe, with a higher power of light, whatever you want to name it. So when you have God talking to you and guiding your steps, you've already manifested and left it on God, and you know exactly what it is, and your life has been that way since you've healed, because you've been a person who's made your own decisions and just gotten to bad, failing relationships where you were in depression and now you're out of it. You've let it go and given it to God. You exactly know what's coming. You exactly know what's happening behind your back and who you're connected to, because it all happens in the 5D and then in the 3D. Some of us realize when we are connected to God, we were meant to go through some relationships, especially romantically. And there was meant to be a relationship, especially romantically, that was very different from the rest. So whatever happened in any relationship, you know how you were in one relationship versus the rest. And because you have a connection with God, you know how you met this one person versus the other person. Where were you emotionally, mentally, in your spiritual, in your soul growth, when you met those other Tom, Dick, Harrys, men and women who now compare themselves to the guy or to the girl that you want to be with, or you will be with eventually, because people do that. So you know exactly who is who to you and who means what to you, and you know what has God told you about a certain person, and you know what to do next. And in any case, if someone is written for you, they're written for you. But in any case, if they go against the law, if they go against God, and if they are not evolved, while you are, and you see them but they don't see you, that's none of your problem anymore. You're in a place where you no longer force it. You're okay with unrequited love. You just leave. You're not a pushover. You don't lick their asses. You don't try to beg them. None. You know what you are. You know who you're meant to be with. And today, if you've met them or you've not met them, somewhere, somehow, you know, and there's a feeling inside. So you know exactly how they feel, even if they don't say it. And if they're saying it, you know if they mean it or if they're just saying it just because they want to have a good time, play with you, have control over you and fuck off, or if they mean it because they really want you back in their life. Because at the end of the day, it's not about who needs you. It's about them wanting you. And it's about you wanting them. Because when you want somebody, you choose them every day. And even if you get in an argument or in a negative space with this person, you are getting into that space with an intention of wanting their time, their energy. So if any case you're complaining about something, is because you're not getting enough of them. So it is at the end of the day for their presence. And if they are in your life, they want to make sure that you feel secure, that they choose you every day. And you make sure you make them feel secure, that you choose them every day, however secure you two are. Because I'm talking to a secure man, a secure woman like you and I, and not like the insecure version of ourselves that we got involved with. That's 90%. So today, if you're in a place where you know what you want, who you want, and how you want it, that's what you want, and God knows that. You and I deserve a man, deserve a woman who chooses us every fucking day, and make sure that they show us that they choose us every fucking day. And you choose them every fucking day, because we are old school, because we value emotions. There's no ego. There's no like, oh my god, I'm gonna play games and have him chase me, have her chase me. So yes, if you're in a world where vulnerability does not work, where love honestly does not work, go back to 60s, 40s, 50s, or back in the days of gods and goddesses. Men and women were cherished. Sex was sacred. It was lustful, sexy, whatever now it is, with your partner, not the fucking world. So if people want the world by their side and not you, fuck it. Because you and I are some of those people where a guy can throw himself at you, a girl can throw herself at yourself as a man, but you know who you have at home, and you know these hoes and these dudes are no fucking comparison. If it's one-sided and it's only you doing that, I'm sorry, and God knows, and you know what to do. And if both of you are doing that, then fuck it, who gives a shit? Because people will keep throwing themselves at you. Let them be. That's desperation, and that's a turn off. And that's no competition to a real man, a real woman, and they better know that, because they'll never get your attention, nor mine.